Hello everybody and welcome to Dubai Carnival week 4 here on GG. We've got the 6 races again. The feature is the Group 2 Al Fahidi Fort over the 7 furlongs, and it does look unfortunately like a bit of a Godolphin domination here. They've got some interesting runners, particularly for Charlie Appleby, who sends out Mythical Magic, who was a very unlucky second in this race last year. Then he went on to win the Zabeel Mile, and I fully expect him to be the one to concentrate on again here. He's likely to start favourite. William Buick has picked him over Glorious Journey, and I think that these 2 races are his main targets. So once again, he's going to be hard to beat on Thursday. Glorious Journey is interesting as well. He does have a penalty though. He's got to give 1.5 kilos away because of his previous success at this level. This is probably his cup final as far as the carnival's concerned, because he doesn't really stay further. So he may have to drop back to 1,200 metres after this for the Group 1 Al Quad Sprint. But the fact that William Buick has chosen Mythical Magic and that penalty is good enough for me to side with him on Thursday. The other main pattern race on the card is the UAE 1000 Guineas. It's a race that Saeed bin Suroor has won 10 times, and I can't really look beyond his final song, who was an impressive winner of the trial last time. I think she's going to be too good again. A step up in trip on the evidence that we saw last time, the way she won that race, I think will be good enough to see her to best effect here. It's a race that not that many of them have actually won over this trip. I quite like Tracing Dreams as well. I think she's a very talented filly. Both of her victories have come over 6 furlongs though, and her jockey reported that she wasn't suited by the rain softened ground after we'd had a bit of a deluge when she ran on turf earlier on in the carnival. I'm concerned that that run might have put her back. Final song for me, although she's going to be pretty short, is the one to concentrate on in the Guineas. We start with a 1.5 mile handicap, but again, this looks likely to go the way of Godolphin. Difficult to know which of their 5 to side with, so I've got my Gifts of Gold, who was a good third last time behind the very lightly weighted Universal Order. That was over this course and distance, and it seems that Saeed bin Suroor's already got sort of quite lofty aims for this one. They're looking at the Group 3 Nad Sheba Trophy for him for the sort of business end of the carnival, so I've just decided to side with him in that race. The listed Dubai Dash is a newly upgraded event. Surprising that we've got such a small field. I think Wardy could go well here for Doug Watson, who's got a good record in this sort of race so far this carnival, having won on opening night with Almanara. And Wardy's been acquitting himself really well on dirt so far this campaign. He won on it early on, and then last time we saw him, he was a good 4th in the Dubai Stakes. If you think back to his time with John Gosden, he was a Group 3 winner at Sandown for him. He's definitely a better horse on the turf, so I quite like him there, even though he is a bit of a quirky individual. He represents a better price than Equilateral, who is my pick for the race, trained by Charlie Hills, who's aimed him at the carnival for some time. We haven't seen him since September. I think with this horse, that's a plus. He is best fresh, because he was a good winner of the listed Scarborough Stakes at the Doncaster St Ledger meeting. This is the same level, only a small field, and I think he's very much the one to beat here. The Bastakia trial is over the 1900 metres for the 3-year-olds back on the dirt. They look a sort of uninspiring bunch, really. I don't think the 3-year-old colts are a great crop this year here in Dubai. Sanad Libya, though, does interest me. I'm not sure of the reasons why he's moved from Doug Watson to Satish Seema, but I do know that Doug really liked the horse, thought he'd be better with time and better over a longer distance. He gets both on this occasion. He was a decent third on his debut, shaping with plenty of promise a few weeks ago. They put the visor on, and I just think he'll be suited by this stiffer test, so tempted to just edge with him. A tentative pick, though, in the Bastakia trial. The 2,000 metre handicap, I think it's one of the races of the night. It used to be one of the weaker divisions of the carnival. Not anymore, and there's so many you can make a case for in here, including Grand Argentier, who's just seemed a better horse this season for whatever reason, even though he's getting on a little bit. He's certainly solid again, but when he won a few weeks ago, he had just 53 kilos on his back. He's got to carry 57.5 this time. So that might just put me off him in favour of one of several who looked a bit unlucky last time. Dubai Icon on his dirt debut showed plenty of ability, in that he was getting the hang of the surface for Saeed bin Suroor. He can go well once again. Likewise, Above Normal, who looked a little bit unlucky when absolutely charging home over 1,800 metres. But whether he'll get quite the same pace scenario over this further trip remains to be seen. So the one I'm going to go with is Montserrat, who's drawn in 12, but that's the same place he was drawn last time when really sort of rallying late and getting stuck for a position on the rail. There was nowhere to go at all for Mikel Barcelona. Mikel's on him again. He'll be keen to avoid that same scenario, so I've gone for him in the closing race. Really interesting action right the way through. It could be a good night for Godolphin once again, but enjoy it wherever you're watching from.